Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of my trophy log series. This is the series where we keep track of our most prized possessions. In the last episode we managed to catch an F1 trophy on Copper Lake. In this episode we are heading to a new water body, but before we do that, this is the fun spot segment of the video where I try your fishing spots. Today's fun spot is on Alberg Lake. From this spot you can expect to catch bream, white bream, grass carp, common carp and job. Over here you can also get a white bream trophy, so look out for that. I did not make the most money here, but we did fish without any ground bait and not the whole hour. It was definitely a fun spot. This is for all my YouTube members. Make sure to join. You guys have been sending me so much bait. Like, some of you have sent me over 200,000 pieces of Ecto, which is insane. And we have over 11 million pieces of Ecto in total, which is unheard of in this game. I think we need to find a new item to collect, like worms or some other bait, or just try to get a base of 1,000 each. Or we should go for the nice 50 million pieces of Ecto. And here we go. The wheel is taking us to Akhtuba River. This is awesome. In today's episode, we have something special because we rolled on Akhtuba River. I want to get some new rods and this will unlock us something super special, something that I wanted to use since day one. The item I'm talking about is PVA, and I think on Akhtuba River we definitely need PVA to be lucky and cast our bait accurately next to the hook bait so we can get some trophies, and we can actually use PVA when we buy ourselves some royal picker rods. Without these rods we still cannot use any PVA bags, but since these rods have a special ability of giving you 10% to bottom fishing, this means you can actually start using PVA at 90% instead of 100. And we do have 100% bait harvesting, which means we can craft PVA bags as well. And yeah, I guess that's that. Bob's your uncle. Let's buy ourselves 2 of these picker rods. I would get 3, but we don't have the money for it, so the third setup will be our trusty Fortuna rod with the caliber reel, and then we'll have 2 sets of royal pickers with caliber reels. This is so much hype. I have been waiting for this day for so long, but let's buy some PVA mesh and make our first PVA bags on this account. But we need to make the trimix first, and then we can actually craft the PVA. I totally forgot. In the trimix, we will use per barley for base. Additives are maggots, casters, chopped worms, and porridge. To top it all off, we add our attractant, which is anise oil. So this kind of a mix we will use to catch some eastern bream. Yeah, what a fish to go for. But let's craft our first PVA. This is awesome. I absolutely love this. We can finally use PVA. It did cost a lot of money. We have less than 1,000 silver left, but it's totally worth it. And this will be my setup if you want to follow along. Ah, beautiful Akhtuba River Station. As we can see, everything is floating over here, and we definitely like that. We like water, we like fishing, and we have to find a boat station. If I could only remember where it was. Okay, over here. Let's get a boat ticket for this boat rental category A. We will take our boat, and then we will go to our fishing spot, which you will see within the next second, but it will take me some time to get there for sure. Well, this red boat is so much faster than the grey one. I have no clue why have I been using the grey boat the whole time. Just get this one. It's so much nicer. I just wanted to say that 62% of you guys are not subscribed, so please subscribe. We're trying to hit 10k subs in the near future. So the first spot of this episode I'm fishing at is at 5185. I use clip size 15, hook size 1, and for the bait, garlic dough. And let's get a quick Steam achievement because on this account this is the first time we've ever used PVA. Over here at this spot you might expect eastern bream and regular bream, so the fish we are after is eastern bream. Eastern bream actually pays pretty well and it's semi-decent DXP, and I think it's a new species we should go for because we've never ever caught an eastern bream before. And if you're curious, then this is the spot where we are on the big map right now. I think I have a fish on, but I'm not 100% sure, so let's wait. Okay, yeah, something's nibbling, something is running. There is definitely a fish on, and it showed quite a bit of resistance. Let's see, what did we hook into on this new setup with PVA? It's a roach. Okay, this is definitely not what I was expecting, let's say that. But hey, our first fish on the PVA bag, we just made history. And it's a roach. Yeah. It's fine. We'll get something nice later on. This place looks awesome. What is that factory on the background? We need to go and explore that one day. Okay, another fish on, and on the left rod. I've had 0 bites on the 2 other rods, which is super odd. Only on this left side rod. And it's another roach. What a surprise. Who would have thought? This is something I did not expect to happen, but I guess roach is a fish. And we are here to do some fishing, so I guess we're all good right now. I think so, at least. And it's the left side rod again, so let's go and see if this is another roach, or maybe it's something else finally. Hopefully it's something else. I'm quite tired of catching roach only, especially after all the hype of unlocking PVA and finally using them. Okay, it's a bream. We have been bream, but it's maybe a marker. Yes, it is. We've made profit. I think I would like to say that at least. Yeah, maybe. We'll have to check later. Well, this is something a bit bigger. I think it's maybe a nice bream because it's not fighting at all. So maybe like a kilo and a half, maybe 2 kilo bream. We don't use the strongest leader right now, so I have no clue. Oh, actually, no. This is an Eastern bream. Our first one, 1000 DXP, 1.5 kilos. And we finally caught the Eastern bream on this account. Super cool fish. I definitely like them way more than the regular bream just by the colors of them. They look way more exotic and fun to catch, but hey, it could be also because I've never caught them before. But let's see what's on this rod. This rod doesn't have any PVA. It has only garlic though, and that is it. So if we can catch a few fish with this rod every now and then, I'm very happy about it. And we did. Eastern bream, 944 grams. Not a big one, but hey, not a bad one. It was still a market fish. Let's see what's on the middle rod. This is something pretty decent by the looks of it. It's actually putting up a fight. Actually, there's no fight. But that's another Eastern bream. Let's see how big this fish is. Okay, also 1.5 kilos. Not too bad. That's pretty nice. Some information for you guys. The Eastern bream trophy size is 4.4 kilos, just like with the regular breams. So if you want to get a trophy, we need to keep catching fish that are way bigger than the ones that we've had before and than the one that we had right now. Here we go, another fish. This seems to be a pretty decent one. It's on the Fortuna rods, and you know, on this we have way stronger setup, but never mind, it was 1 kilo. Okay, it was actually weaker, but we do have other fish on the 2 other rods as well, so hopefully these are also Eastern bream. I'm quite curious, how much money are we gonna make over here within 1 hour, because Eastern bream, they are worth more than the regular bream, and hopefully they are worth like twice the amount, but I'm not sure. I guess we'll have to see in the morning. Make sure to like the video. 1.3 kilos, not too bad. These fish around 1 kilo or so, they're not bad at all EXP wise, because 1.3 kilo fish was 1000 EXP. That is pretty decent, and this one also 700 EXP. Can't really complain about that, and especially if you catch them on these light setups. Oh, we have something very nice on right now, but if you catch them on these light setups, they also give extra bonus EXP, which is like 30% if I remember correctly right now, or maybe 20. Sorry, I might be messing something up right now, but it's super good EXP. And this is definitely another nice bream. It's a pretty big one. 3.2 kilos. Well, that's our new PB 100%. I mean, 4.4 is the trophy size. We weren't too far off. It's a good sign that over here you could possibly get a trophy Eastern bream. What's on this rod? Something smaller. This has to be under a kilo. There's no way this fish is over a kilo just by the indication down below. Let's see. No, it's over a kilo. I was wrong. At one point, the bite rate was extremely bad, but somehow the bite rate has picked up for now, and we're getting fish in left and right, and if this trend continues, I think we'll make a fair bit of profit in the morning. The average size over here seems to be around 1.2 to 1.5 kilos. Yeah, another 1.5 kilo fish. And here we go. I guess this could be our second biggest Eastern bream of this episode, but I guess we will see in a bit. Yeah, it seems bigger than the smaller ones. Yep. 2.3 kilos, so definitely more than 1.5 kilo. And this is above average, 1.9 kilos. And this is well under the average. Another nice Eastern bream. This one's a chunker for sure, yeah. 2.4 kilos, that's a very nice fish. If you catch fish over here above 2 kilos, I think that's the main thing you really want to do, because that's where the money's at. Or at least 1 kilo plus fish. And so far we've had 1+ kilo fish mostly. We've had a few hiccups with smaller fish, but most fish are pretty decent sized. And this again, almost 2 kilos. So right now what I've seen is the best time to fish for eastern bream. It's early hours from 4 to 5 right now, and they are still biting. And then in the middle of the night, so literally at the midnight. And the little nays here and there, you know, nothing too big, nothing too small. Unfortunately, there were no cafe orders, but we can still sell all of our fish to the fish market for 265 silver. So definitely worth fishing over here. Good cash. It's time to go and switch it up a bit. So right now we are going to go and fish for the short-headed barbel. And this is my setup if you want to follow along. Let's make a dry mix. The dry mix consists of rapeseed base, zebra mussels, dried krill, clay and chopped worms as an additive, and to top it all off, it has crab and mussels attractant. It is just so satisfying to make PVA. We have spent so much time on this game without using PVA, and now is finally the time for us. This is where the huge gains will start. I hope at least. It has been a very long boat ride, but we are almost at our destination. The spot I'm fishing at right now is at 157. I use clip size 17, hook size 1, and for the bait we have boilies with pellets and dip. Here we go, we have our first fish on, so hopefully this isn't anything too big. And by the looks of it, we kind of have stopped it with our picker rods, and that is a good sign. It could be a fish that's around 10 kilos, I guess, but we will see what it is. I'm not sure if this is a short-headed barbel because it was just having too many zoomies at the beginning. It's probably one of the other species, and that brings me to the point that this spot will have a lot of bycatch, and this looks like a wild carp, and this is 5.8 kilos. Yeah, I don't know why I said 10 kilos. Here we go, another fish on. I think this could be probably another wild carp. There seems to be plenty of them here, and we haven't had any other fish so far. Hopefully we get one short-headed barbel soon because I really want to catch one. Even though these wild carp are also worth a lot of money, so I'm very happy about catching these. They're fairly easy to catch over here at this size, and they pay well. I wish I would know what kind of fish this is. I've been fighting with this now for quite some time, and it seems to be a pretty nice specimen, but yeah, as I said, it seemed. Another fish on. This spot is on fire. Actually, no, I hadn't had a single bite in a very long time, but I guess it's just the daytime, so I would assume that during the nighttime we have a better luck over here. Let's hope that's the right way of thinking, because if the bite rate is just as bad during the nighttime, then we are not in luck. But that is a very big sterlet. 30,000 DXP, that is so much, and 8.2 kilo sterlet. That is my personal best sterlet for sure. And I'd like to point out that the sterlet trophy starts from 9 kilos, so we were very close to a trophy. We have another fish on, and it is another wild carp. This seems to be probably the biggest wild carp we caught so far. Yeah, 6.7 kilos, that's some money right there, and 6.6k EXP. And this is another good fish, but we'll see what kind of a fish it is. I think it's gonna be another wild carp, unless it's something stronger. I mean, it is stronger technically, it could be bigger, but I don't know if it's pound to pound stronger than a wild carp. It has been spooling me for a bit, but I still don't know what size this fish is. I haven't seen it even for a second. Okay, fishy, it's time to show yourself. What are you? Oh, and that is not a sterlet. That is a sturgeon of a kind, but let's see what kind of a sturgeon. I actually have no clue. It's the Russian sturgeon, 13 kilos, 22,000 DXP. Hey, that's not too bad. That was not even on PVA. I'm fishing with 3 rod setups right now. 2 of these are the bigger rods with PVA, and the third one is just the Fortuna carp rod with no PVA at all, but it has been delivering. Oddly enough, it has, yeah. And we have another wild carp, 5 kilos. Let's go. Uh-oh, I think we have hooked into a big boy, so see you in a bit. Another sturgeon, probably another Russian sturgeon. Let's see how big is this one though. Last one was 13 kilos. Okay, this is almost the same size, so very close. But this fish is so far away from the trophy size, because the trophy size starts from 50 kilos and the blue tag is above 100 kilos. Let's see what's on rod number 1. Let me guess, another wild carp or a tiny short-headed barbel maybe. Please game. Come on, show me the fish now. And it's another wild carp. Yep, but hey, marker fish. And this is finally a short-headed barbel. That's the fish we've been looking for. The short-headed barbel's trophy size starts from 13 kilos, so the last one we had was exactly on the halfway point. But now we have hooked into something pretty decent. I don't know what it could be. Maybe it's another sturgeon, but it has been fighting for a long time and I am eager to see what's on the hook. So hopefully the fish will give up in a bit, and yeah, it actually gave up way easier than I thought. Another 11 kilo sturgeon. The Fortuna carp rod setup is just so strong. I'm so happy when I hook those massive fish on that rod instead of these picker rods. It's just making my life so much easier. But now we have a tiny wild carp. This is not even a marker. That's definitely the smallest fish I've had here so far. And something is nibbling on the Fortuna carp rod again. I've just had a tiny wild carp. Let's see if this is also another tiny wild carp. It's not actually. This is a short-headed barbel. 2.6 kilos. It's not the biggest one, but hey, we take them. They are worth so much money. Another fish on, and seems like another small one. We haven't really had any crazy fights here so far, just one, but oh, that's another short-headed barbel. Let's go, 3 kilos, we take that. It looks like during the morning hours the bite rate over here is the best. I had some good luck also during the nighttime, so maybe it's just the nighttime and then also during the morning hours, but daytime wasn't that good, so let's see. Maybe on day 2 it will be different. Oh, we have another wild carp born. This is probably one of the bigger ones we have had, so yeah, 6.1 kilos, pretty good. And eyed. This is definitely not something I was waiting for, and 665 grams, just 1 gram away from the devil weight. The bite rate is actually pretty crazy. We have another fish on during the nighttime, and during the daytime it was definitely not that good. We had some fish, as I said, just like 10 seconds ago, but now during the morning time I just have fish after fish after fish over here. And you know what that means? Fishing over here for wild carp and short-headed barbel, that means a lot. I mean a lot of money. And this is another wild carp. Pretty good one actually. Hey, we have caught another species. This is a bighead carp. Let's net it. Here we go. 4.3 kilos. This is a very tiny one. I saw the fish just a second ago, and this is another short-headed barbel and seems to be a pretty good sized one. So let's net this fish and see how big it is. 8.2 kilos, and it gave us bottom fishing percentage. Seeing any bottom fishing percentage right now is so awesome because the chances are so low. So every percentage we get, we have to cherish that moment. Just getting to the percentage right now is so difficult. I can't even imagine how difficult it will get if we are at like 96% and above. It's like just every like 10 special nice trophy fish will give you a percentage probably, and none of these, like this fish, will never give you any percentage unless you luck out. Seems like another wild carp probably, and as you can see we have fish on every single rod right now. This is so lucky. But yeah, another 6.6 kilo wild carp. Let's see what's on the other 2 rods. Okay, something tiny on this one as well. Probably another wild carp if I would have to guess. But since we are in these morning hours, we could get some short-headed barbel from here as well. But this time it was a tiny wild carp. Let's see what's on the Fortuna carp rod. Okay, this is like microscopic fish for this rod. Yeah. A bighead carp that's only 1 kilos. That is so unfortunate. Another eyed. Imagine if we actually get an eye trophy from over here. That would be kind of cool. We spent around 2 hours fishing, and we made 1,042 silver. Yes, you heard me right, 1,042 silver. With just AFKing for 2 hours pretty much, and we only caught 40 fish. Okay, 41 fish. I was pretty close. But yeah, this spot is on fire, at least money-wise. I'm way more excited now to be back at this spot and fish over here because I can see how much money we can make. And since we just made like $1,000 in 2 hours, I want to do another 2 hours at least, and hopefully make another $1,000 and also get a short-headed barbel trophy, because that is ultimately the trophy that we want. If we get any other trophy, I'll be happy, but this is the one that I'm trying to target right now. It is a rare species, so it could be a tricky trophy to get, just like the Donet's Rough on Winding Rivulet. But hey, the Donet's Rough trophy on Winding is so much harder to get. But this is a pretty decent bighead carp, almost 10 kilos. Our new PB in this episode. So this is my Fortuna rod right now, the strongest rod setup that I have put out, and something is spooling me hard, like actually big time spooling me. I have no clue what it is, but it's not looking good. It's just going wherever it wants to go. So I feel like in a bit we need to start walking the fish, just walking to the right side of it, to the left side of it, so it doesn't steer too much into one side. That might be a trouble for us because This way we could get spooled, and we don't want that to happen. We want to catch the fish. Okay, time to go for a little walk and hopefully not lose too much tension, because as you can see, my reel is on fire and I do not want to damage my reel that much. So let's walk the fish, keep the tension low, and let's cool down our reel. Here we go. We are on the other side of the fish, and soon it should start to go more to the right side instead of left, because I'm holding my rod on the left side and it does not want to come towards me. I think we have finally done it. It's 5:30 a.m. and it's time. The fish is slowly giving up, but it still has strength. As you can see, it's still going to the right side and I can't do anything about it, but I think 10-20 seconds and we should be able to see the fish finally. I have no idea what it is, but I feel like it has to be close to a trophy size, or I don't know what it could be that just went crazy like that. Maybe it's another big sturgeon, who knows, maybe like a 30-kilo sturgeon, but I bet it's a wild carp, because they like to run like this fish did. And even if you hook into like a 20-kilo wild carp, yeah, it is a wild carp, they are just so strong. And this one doesn't even look 20 kilos, maybe like 12 kilos. So let's try to net this fish and see how big of a wild carp this is. Okay, it's not 12 kilos, but it's 16 kilos. And the trophy size for this fish is 25 kilos. Just imagine having a trophy wild carp on your rod. I don't know what you can do. You just have to wait it out, I guess. There's nothing else you can do. You can see how far I had to walk. Let's see, what do we have on? It's another wild carp. Here we go. 5.3 kilos. That's money. I mean, now when I see a white carp, I just think about money. I don't care if they're small or big. I just see cash signs in front of my eyes. And that's a short-headed barbel. 1.5 kilos. Not the biggest one, but hey, even that 1.5 kilo barbel will give me so much cash. And we definitely need some cash because we invested so much of our money in this episode. Another white carp, but this is a tiny baby. Okay, that is a big short-headed barbel. Maybe my PB, let's see, 8.9 kilos. Not my PB, but this also gave us bottom fishing percentage. So nice, at 32,000 EXP. Just wow. And also, let's not forget to mention that fish is like 100 quid. These picker rods are actually putting up a very good fight. I did not expect them to do this well. I knew they were strong, but not that they were this strong. 8.4 kilo carp out of the water like it was nothing. So now let's see what's on the first rod. Okay, this is something definitely way bigger. And I hope I didn't jinx myself because this fish is maybe starting to spool us. Okay, it's not. It's kind of coming towards us and we are doing some sort of damage on it, but we'll see what it is. Maybe it's another wild carp, even though it doesn't really have the sumi, so it has to be something else. Maybe another short-headed barbel because they like to kind of swing from one side to another side, but only time will tell. Okay, fishy, come on. Show yourself. Get up on the bank. We need to see who you are because we want to sell you and buy some new gear or bait just to keep fishing. It's another sturgeon, probably not a Russian sturgeon, at least I think it is. Let's see, it's not the tiniest one. Yeah, 13 kilos, just like the other Russian sturgeons we caught before. Wild carp. We have another short-headed barbel on. I saw the fish just for a bit, a few seconds ago. This is a very promising fish. It looked absolutely huge, just like the one that we caught a little bit of time ago. But okay, it's never mind. It's not that big, but it's still 7.5 kilos, which is money. Let's see what is on rod number 2. It's something tiny and maybe another short-headed barbel. I'll take every and any short-headed barbel, but it's not. It's a grass carp, and that's a new species for this episode. So this time I actually couldn't do 2 hours, but it did just 1 hour, and we got pretty lucky. We got some nice short-headed barbel and also a pretty good Russian sturgeon. So let's see how much money we managed to make. We managed to make 615 silver. Wow. Money-wise, I think this is so far the best spot we've ever had in the Trophy Log series. Just the sheer amount of cash you can make over here, it's so good. That's a biggin. I'm telling you, that is a biggin. I'll see you in a bit. Someone's done it. Somebody caught the short-headed barbel trophy. And by the way, this is the fish I had on. A nice Russian sturgeon. Another wild carp. Another one. Oh boy. A spool fest on the picker rod. This is going to be awesome. Let's see how well this rod setup will put up with this fish that's on the hook right now. I have absolutely no clue what it could be, but I can tell you one thing, which is that it's way stronger than this setup. I just want to tell you that it's been 6 hours of in-game time right now, and this fish is going stronger than ever. It's not giving up. It's not giving up, not even a single bit. Another 4 hours of in-game time later, and we finally have tired out the fish. And as you can see, this is a wild carp and 120% my new personal best wild carp. I wonder if this is actually the trophy or this is slightly under the trophy size. I've never seen a wild carp that big, but actually now if I look at it at the close-up, it doesn't seem to be the trophy size. The texture is just too tiny and it still doesn't want to give up. It's still going so strong. Okay, let's just try to get it to the shore, net it quickly and be over with it, because yeah, we've spent so many hours just to get it. 19.9 kilos. Crazy thing, this is still 5 kilos away from the trophy size. So yeah, having a trophy wild carp on this setup, that's gonna be rough. Let's see what has been chilling on this straw setup. We were fighting that fish for so long, so this guy has just been sitting on the hook and waiting for its time. Yeah, it's a short-headed barbel. Lovely. We take that. It's a tiny one, but it's still money. I mean, it's actually not that tiny. Another short-headed barbel, back to back. Oh yeah, another one. 5.6 kilos. Another fish on. I think it could be a short-headed barbel because it's been just swinging left and right slowly, and it is. And it's not the bad one. This is actually a very good one. 8.3 kilos. And we also got some bottom fishing percentage. I wonder if we can actually hit 92% in this episode. Another beautiful fish on, and just to continue, I think if we can hit 92% in this episode, that would be very nice. But if we can get any more, I'm not gonna say no to that. Show yourself, fish. You have given up. I have one, unless you get off the hook. It's another sturgeon. This is a pretty good one. Probably another like 13 kilos or just somewhere around that. It fought just the same way. Yeah, 16 kilos, not bad. 31,000 EXP. Here comes the money. 25 silver for the common carp cafe order and 1,000 silver from the fish market. In total, we made 1,025 silver in just a bit more than 2 hours. First fish of this trip is a short-headed barbel. That is a very good sign. And this one is on the rod that doesn't even have PVA, so it's an even better sign. This means these fish right now are on fire. At least that's what I like to tell myself. Or maybe it's actually not the fish that are on fire, but it's my reel that is on fire. I just wanted to tell you guys something. I am fully back now from the US, and once I got back, it got very busy for the first 2 weeks. I had to fly to Turkey for another work trip, and there was so many other things that I needed to finish, but now I have a bit of free time, so I'll try to record every now and then once I have any free time at all, and pump out a video at least every 2 weeks on this gaming channel, and hopefully every 2 weeks also another real life video. So I'm still editing the US fishing videos, and once I get them done, you will see them first on Discord with a notification, and they will be available on my real life fishing channel. This fish is almost done, and it is a big head carp. Definitely the biggest big head carp we've caught in this episode. Let's see. Yes, it is definitely the biggest one so far. Not bad. A nice short-headed barbel and another nice short-headed barbel. Oh, I guess they were brothers by the size. This fish made me run all over the map once again, and it's not even that crazy big. I think it's maybe 15 kilos or just slightly above. Let's see, please get in the net. Yes, 19 kilos. So okay, not so bad. Almost 20 kilos. That is a very decent fish. New species alert. We actually caught a catfish, and this is scary news. I hope we don't get any massive big catfish from over here. Okay, another sturgeon. We take these though. No catfish, but sturgeon, that's fine. Unless you give me like a 30 kilo sturgeon, then I will struggle. But these 11 to 15 kilo sturgeons, they are fairly easy to get out. A lovely short-headed barbel, almost 5 kilos. That's money. Well, I went AFK for a bit because I received a package, and we have a fish on every single rod right now. That's pretty good. I should go AFK more often, I guess. Actually, no. You gotta be fairly active over here, catch all of the fish and cast in again, because you lose out on so much money. But hey, this fish have been pretty good right now, and ooh, that's a short-headed barbel. We take that. Let's see what's on the last rod. It is a bit of a bigger fish, but nothing too special. This is another big-headed carp. We keep catching more and more of them, which is, I guess, good, because they don't fight that hard. That's a very big eyed. I hope it's not a trophy, because I really want to keep fishing at this spot. And it's not. It's 3.6 kilos. The trophy size is 4 kilos. We are safe. Another decent short-headed barbel, 6.4 kilos. We haven't had any short-headed barbel anymore that were like 10 kilos or slightly above everything has stayed around 5 kilos or 6 kilos max. This fish made me run for it, and I think it is the biggest big-headed carp we have caught in this episode. So let's see. Yeah, 20 kilos, so this is the new BB. Very big short-headed barbel. It's actually spooling me a bit, which is quite odd. The short-headed barbel usually don't spool you on these kind of setups, but let's see how big this fish actually is. It seems to be a very decent one. I hope this is another one that's like 10 kilos or above, because it doesn't look like a trophy, but it's a lot of money if this is above 10 kilos. It's like $100. Come on, get into the net, please, fish. Stop flying around. It's just swinging. It's just swinging. Okay, 8.8 kilos. Almost 10 kilos, so yeah, not very disappointed. I'm very happy about that fish. Here comes the money. 43 silver for the grass carp cafe order and 1,616 silver from the fish market. In total, we made 1,659 silver in about many hours because, as you can see, I AFK'd for a very, very long time. Something pretty big on the hook once again. I wonder what it is, if this is another wild carp or a sturgeon, because it's moving quite slow and trying to keep to the bottom just like the sturgeons. So hopefully it's a sturgeon because they pay quite well. And oh no, this is not a sturgeon. This is a kitty cat. This is a catfish, and that's a scary sign because the previous one we caught were a few kilos and this one is like 10 kilos, I would assume. Let's net it and see how big it is. It's 12.8 kilos. Getting like a 20 kilo catfish on is not a good time. Let's see, what do we have on this rod? We have something also on the first rod. Okay, never mind. We lost that fish. I thought we still had it on, but hey, another nice wild carp. That is a bit of a better wild carp. Let's see how big is this one. Almost 10 kilos. That's pretty nice. This hook bait combination is working just so good. Oh yes, we actually got some fishing percentage, 92%. We've kind of hit the episode goal, but if we get any more, I'm just super happy about it. 92% is just so amazing. So the next goal will be 95%, and then we go for the big 100. I have actually no clue how long getting 100% bottom fishing will take without premium, but I bet it's going to be a very long time. Unless there's some events, we can try to go and get lucky. We have a very good fish on the Fortuna carp rod without PVA, and it is a short-headed barbel. I saw it some seconds ago. I'm just wondering, how are we getting so lucky with this Fortuna rod without PVA with the short-headed barbel? Like just catching these big ones like this one is probably around 10 kilos. Let's see how big it is. Yeah, 9 kilos. That's such a nice fish. I just wonder how big of a part of this game is just pure RNG. How much is the skill and how much of it is actually the bait and the ground bait. It would be good to know the statistics and all the data about it, but yeah, just wonderful. Maybe actually because we have PVA bags near the same spot, it leaves like a ground bait on the bottom, and this also helps the bite rate on the Fortuna rod, but who knows. Another 2 hours later, we have made another 698 silver. That is so good. Now this is lucky. Russian sturgeon, not even a marker, and it gave us 0.1% into bottom fishing. Another 1 hour and a half spent on this river, and we made 576 silver. We have just been getting so lucky with the short-headed barbel that we are raking in bank. We just got bottom fishing percentage from an 8 kilo common carp. That is so lucky. Maybe back-to-back bottom fishing percentage? Probably not. A quick trip for 322 quid. I got tired of bottom fishing. I'm just float fishing for a bit, just for fun. A Caspian roach, new species for us. But anyways, I'm not gonna even share the spot. There's no point. This spot is so inactive, but I just want to catch something. Float fishing percentage 64.6%. That's pretty good. We're getting closer and closer to that big 80. We are back on the grind. Now it's time to get the trophy. We won't stop before we have the trophy. That is a very nice start game, so now we just need something that's like 5 kilos bigger. But I bet we can do it. It will take us like a day or two, and we might actually get lucky finally. The very next fish is another short-headed barbel. This is a good sign, as I said. So if the third fish we catch is also short-headed barbel, then this means it is the trophy night. The big level 31. It doesn't really unlock anything for us, but hey, it's another level. We got some skill points, and now when we get to level 32, that might unlock something for us that we can see maybe in the next episode or two. We have another very long fight behind our back, but it's finally time for the fish to give up and get into the net. This is a sturgeon, and it should be the biggest sturgeon of this episode just by looking at it. As you can see, it just looks massive. It might be because of the head torch that makes it look even bigger, but I do believe it's probably the biggest. Yes, 20.8 kilos, 32,000 EXP. That is a behemoth for us. If we would have any other setups like a Venga reel and so on, then that sturgeon wouldn't be anything too big for us. But since we only have a caliber reel, it's definitely super difficult to get it out. Wait, is that a trophy short-headed barbel? It looks way bigger than them usually. It actually is. I wasn't ready for that at all. I'm kind of speechless right now. 13.8 kilos, some spitching percentage. We actually managed to hit 92.4%, which is crazy. And the EXP, 188,000. That is so much EXP. Wow. I wonder how much is this fish worth. Let's go and sell it, I guess, for maybe like 1,000 quid. Yeah. Let's go and do that. Unfortunately, there was no short-headed barbel cafe order, but as you can see, that trophy is worth so much money. And thanks to that, we made over 1,600 silver in this one session. Take care. Bye-bye.